In fact, you'll need this word. Hopefully you can hear us all now. I made a mistake earlier on today. Hello and welcome to the GhostÉire Channel. My name is Anthony Kerrigan and tonight we're joined by Jenny Sullivan Sunyasi of Emerald Isle Paranormal Research. Hi Jenny.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, just a few shout outs. We have Louise Walsh saying hi. Hi Louise. Thank you for joining us tonight there. Christine Keane says hi. Kieran Joseph says, I can't see anything. Well, hopefully you can see us now, Kieran. Thanks for that there. Thanks for letting us know anyway there. Tonight, folks, we're going to be talking to Jenny about the Millmount Museum situated in County Louth, Ireland. Also, ITC experiments, which is instrumental transcommunication. Got it right.
You got it.
And also dog whistle experiment. We'll also be talking to Jenny about that tonight. We'll also be showing some listening into some audio clips. So if you have earphones, it would be essential there because you might be able to hear better with the earphones as well. Also tonight, folks, we have a poll revealing the results. We asked you, do you believe in curses? And there was 3 options. We'll reveal the results later on in the show. Also, we have a quiz where you have a chance to participate and enter your name into a mini draw and Halloween mega draw coming up towards Halloween. You just have to listen out. I'll give you a word and you have just be the first one to type out that word and you'll be a chance to win a prize. Also, folks, just Louise Walsh says, hi, Anthony. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Louise. If you're interested in what's coming up in past show, what's coming up in the future and see past shows, you can go to our website, www.GhostÉire.net. Go to the homepage, the red button, the GhostÉire Channel. I can see what's coming up in the future, past shows. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to go to our website, www.GhostÉire.net. Go to the contact page, fill in the blanks. If you have a private message, just put in brackets, private message. If you're affiliated with any paranormal team or tourist attraction, feel free to name the organization and put it in brackets and we'll give a shout out to you as well. So first of all, Jen, how are you keeping?
I'm good. Busy, but I'm good.
No fireworks tonight?
I was going to say that I did have a sign put around the doors what date and time I'm coming on at, to start them off and setting them up as we speak.
I know last time, folks, Halloween we interviewed Jen and it was like she was in the middle of a battlefield with the fireworks.
I know.
Pamela says, hi Pamela, how you doing? And Kieran Joseph says, hello. Hi Kieran again, and hope you can see us now. And Teresa Carroll says, clap clap ghosty there. I think that's what it means.
It's wave.
Wave. I thought it was a ghost. Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to be put off air soon. So Anyway, the first topic we're going to be talking tonight about is the Millmount Museum, situated in Louth, in County Louth, Ireland. First of all, Jen, can you tell us a bit about the location, the rooms, mainly the rooms there? What kind of rooms do they have there? Is it like a...
It was. Now I have it in front of me, and I know, and I said it earlier, that Alan will kill me because I love it. It's in my town, and he's told me a million times, but sorry, Alan. So it is an army fort. It was an army fort in Drogheda. Then there's houses around it, which was built there before the fort was. And then that army base was where it was used to be housed for families that used to live there. And I know when guests or a tourist would come and would talk to Alan, they used to live in Millmount. They were part of a family that lived in Millmount, and they remember playing in the courtyard as children. So it would have been amazing. But they live in the UK now, so it would have been great for them to have done an investigation with us to where they used to live. What I know of is the fort is where Oliver Cromwell had come over, and literally there was about, all in all, there's a gate in Drogheda called the St. Lawrence's Gate.
Okay.
And there was 9 of them built around Drogheda to kind of have Drogheda literally build a wall around Drogheda.
Garrison,
and there was 9 of them, and there's only 1 left. And it's situated in town. It is one of my favorite buildings or buildings in town. I absolutely am mesmerized with it. I should have sent you on a picture there, but we put pictures up at the Millmount during the week there. Is it easy to do they have exhibitions in the museum themselves? Artifacts? They do. Yeah, they have. Oh my gosh, the place is full of artifacts. Uniforms, original uniforms, papers, pictures, and then they have a trophy room from the Boyne River Rowboat Club. They have stones and rocks and swords. Gosh, I'm trying to think what's in it. Hats, dishes, stoves, woven machines, a bottle lid, topper, you'd have to manually work it. Everything is all artifacts.
So it's like hands-on, and it's good fun for the family there to visit there.
It's amazing for Drogheda history. It's for children. It is amazing. It's definitely a place to go to with your family. 100%.
And going back to the paranormal, there, how many years have you investigated it now? The Millmount
in Millmount, it would have been about 7 years. About 7 years, something like that. Yeah. And
have you noticed a pattern over the years with is there a particular haunting there that happens there?
There is. It's only recently we always got the men, no children, no women, and it's only recently in the last late of last year we got women coming through, because they never let the women through, they never let children through. So we ended up saying, right, we don't want to talk to the men anymore. We want women and children to come through. We were told by the men no to the children. To speak to them, but let me tell you, the children are definitely coming through, and the women are definitely coming through. So it changes because we were there a long time. So they know you by name, So they're trusting myself and Alan, because we do there all the time. Alan is the chairman of the building. He's working there many years. He's also the tourist guide for Drogheda town.
Right.
So I even have him on the show one night, just to give us a whole run through of Millmount, and I wouldn't disturb him because he would know more than me. I mean, so watching Alan, I'm so sorry. The pattern is changing all the time when we get there. Yeah, and it's all rapport with them, building a rapport with them.
Okay, and is there like, as you go through, do you prepare? Like, do you call out for these energies to come forward?
We do. When we walk into the building, we say hi. because we're walking into their building. So we say hi, we're back, we're home. Jenny is here, Alan's here. So we say hi and they know us. And just say we're here. And even the day before, you know, and Alan and I'm going, say, on a Friday and he's there on a Thursday, he'll say Jenny will be over tomorrow. Just to kind of let them know, give them heads up. And then when I go in, I say hi. And when you go back on audio, you will hear the women saying, here she comes.
Oh no, that's good. It's great because you do that sort of thing there. Like, you know, I suppose it's acknowledgement. It is great acknowledgement there. Like I wouldn't. To be honest, you put me down because I don't usually do that myself. I'm more, you know, I do the spiritual experiments, but I probably would say there, hi, how you doing there? Yeah. But yeah, you're prepared, and that's what I was going to ask you then. So you obviously you're prepared. Do you have like a sort of equipment that was lined up? Do you know particular rooms? Know which rooms to go into?
Yeah. From the previous investigation, and we go by what audio. If you hear something in the background, that's my dog snoring, and I might have to wake him up. My chihuahua. But from the previous investigation, we know when we go through any video footage or by audio where we got the best audio. So we set up there again to continue on from what we had last left it off, or what we had gotten on audio. We continue there. I'll have everything written down. Alan will be noted of everything that we got, and we continue on with the questions or any answers. Like even with the audio that I sent you, I want to know if it's residual or if we have to continue on with it when we go back.
Yeah, because like with the preparation, I suppose there's a lot that goes into the preparation, and I suppose the actual the actual investigation is very small compared to then to what the conclusion or the evaluating the evidence is there.
Yes, really. Yeah.
So you know, how in total, like how many, I wouldn't say minutes, how many hours of audio do you listen to? Weeks. So how many weeks of audio do you listen to after an investigation?
1, 2. Hold on. 2 in there, 1 in there. I have Alan's recorder here as well. So it takes me, and then I haven't even gone through the trail camera yet, and the camcorder. We're going through that one as well. I went through it and there was nothing on it down in the kitchen. So it would take me about, gosh, I put pictures up on Facebook of the sunrise because I've still been up doing audio. So when I start, I just cannot stop. And I've woken up many times on this table. And my arms are kind of stuck. My arms have gone into rigor mortis because, you know, it's kind of like I'm like that, and then I get up. So it takes me 10 minutes for my arms to actually stretch out. So that's how long it would take me, and it would probably take me about a month to go through it again, because you always get something different when you go through it again with fresh ears.
True, yeah. Sometimes you would miss out something, or you know, it's that time in the night or morning when you're like, but that's the other thing I was going to ask you there. Well, I've completely just now. So do you, because of the COVID thing and the place being probably locked off, have you had the possibility or the chance to leave equipment there and come back for it? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't think people believe to have the stuff that we've gotten in there when we leave it in overnight. We were there one day and we kind of ended up doing a day investigation, you know, 2 or 3 hours. So we said, right, on the live, we put on fresh batteries in the RAM pod and we put in fresh batteries in the recorder.
Okay.
So we left the location at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, probably even 2:30 in the afternoon. We left it overnight and Alan picked it up the next morning when he went into work. So he went through it, and I have to actually send it on to you. It's like a battle is going on.
Wow.
A battle is going on, and you can hear gunshots. It's phenomenal. It's just, you know, you're sitting listening to it, and you are hearing a fight going on. You are hearing battlement going on. You can hear the cannon boom. You can hear something coming towards and knocking on stone, as it would have been the tower, the fort.
Right.
You could hear guns. You can hear the click and guns, and then you'll hear bang, 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 as if it's like a rifle.
Wow.
And then in the hallway, you will hear walking up and down. The REM pod does go off, Now Alan is he's the main one that has the key to that building. No one else will go into the building. He's the chairman. He has the keys to the building. No one else will go in. And you will hear men talking. You can't make out what they're saying, but they're definitely there and they're definitely talking. REM pod goes off again, and you can hear there's carpet on the floor, but you hear as if it's floorboards, and they're walking up and down. And this is in the building. It'd be more residual. It'd be more residual that that this is happening. Definitely residual. It's crazy. It's crazy. It still kind of gets me in my chest now when I talk about it. What you get.
As you said there, like I suppose you get a load of masculine energies coming forward, I suppose, because it was associated with Battle of Cromwell, during the Irish Civil War as well. And I suppose predate that there, I suppose anticipation there, I suppose, well, in between that side, it was a Martello Tower, and it would have been, so it's on the coast. Is that correct? It's like a Martello Tower now?
It's Martello, yeah, like a Martello Tower.
Yeah, because like that's probably, I don't know, forgive me there, but mostly around the south coast, it probably would have had most of the Martello Towers there. I don't know how many is up in like the northeast, but as I was going to play an audio clip, folks. I'm going to come to your comments now when your hellos there in a second there. But if you've got earphones here, this is an audio clip now from the Millmount. Now I'm going to play it twice. So if you've got earphones, you can probably comment and see what you can think you hear. Jenny knows what. Jenny's probably the expert in this because she knows what's happening and she's heard it several times there. So, but see what you can hear as well, folks. There. So this is the Millmount. I'm just going to.
And it's on loop as well. So I have some of them looped.
Yeah, sorry as well. Yeah, Jenny says it's on a loop as well. So just keep it. It's not the same person saying things twice. It's on a loop there. So I'm just going to mute myself and Jenny and see what you can hear.
Until John hears it like this. Until John hears it like this. Until John hears it like this. Thank you very much, you have me back. Thank you very much, you have me back. Thank you very much, you have me back.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to play that again there. I know some of you might be saying it's something falling there. So I'm just going to play it again and see what you. I won't mute us this time, Jenny. I'll just see what if people can hear it now.
Until John hears it like this. 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 Thank you very much, you have me back. 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 Thank you very much, you have me back.
Okay, so I know in between that, but it's probably Jenny's little doggies.
Yeah, Hobie.
But yeah, so we have a few people there commenting now. I'll come to your comments now. So Kieran says it's very scary. He says I can't hear anything. Maybe you might have just heard after you posted that, Kieran. Sean Manick says something falling and a woman. So what can you hear there, Jen? You would be the expert. This is
what I think I'm hearing. It is a male. Because I put EVP 8 and EVP 9 together. So when I listened to EVP 8 and then I got the second sentence, I joined them in together. What I'm thinking what I'm hearing is something about until the name would be John or Tom. Okay. Until John hears about this. Wait until John hears about this.
Yeah. And
then the second one would be something have you back.
Right.
Something have you back. This is what I'm thinking. I listen to it. I could be wrong.
I know, and apart from that, I suppose people it might sound different now on this live show as well compared to your audio clip as well because of interference from myself there and other things it's exposed to there. Christine says it's definitely a male. I hear you're not the only one. I think that's what she's hearing.
Yeah.
I hear you're not the only one. That's good. It is a man and a woman talking, can't understand. So if you, after this live, if you want to listen back to it now, we're 20 minutes in, feel free to do so, folks. You can still comment away. And also Jen as well on SoundCloud, is it?
SoundCloud, yeah, it's on SoundCloud. Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to play. So come to the comments here. So we'll come to the comments there. Teresa O'Carroll says it is a man and a woman talking, can't understand. Okay. And Adrian says I definitely heard something, but hard to tell without headphones, but definitely a male whisper and a pop.
The pop, I think, is the pop, I think, is either them working in then where the recorder was placed, or it's like well, the boom is different, but it could be something like steel or metal that they're working at down in where the where the recorder was placed.
Okay.
That was part of the ITC experiment.
Okay. Bridget says it's like a machine and a film. It's like a machine and film a voice, female voice, like saying thank you. Very much hard to make out. As I said there, it's probably hard to make out on this recording there, but if you listen to Emerald Isle Paranormal Research SoundCloud, you'll be able to pick up more clearer than on here. Could have no gender. Oh, possibly as well. We just don't know.
Yeah,
as well.
It's very the voice is the same. The first voice is the same as the second voice. It sounds like the same person. Okay.
And Pamela says it refers to remaining impressions usually used in reference to spirit activity. Oh, this is to do. I think Pamela's answering Christine's question about residual energy. Okay. What is residual energy? So Pamela explains it refers to remaining impressions usually used in reference to a spirit activity that is not intelligent, like footsteps that occur in the same time and place every night. Unlike with an intelligent haunt, one cannot establish communication with that residual spirit. I don't have to explain it. Thanks, Pamela.
Done. Pamela did.
Yeah, so it's like there's a sort of pattern or reoccurring element, and they're unconscious, they can't communicate, but that energy is left behind. So here's another EVP there, folks. There, see what you can get, and you can win a prize from Jen. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. So I'm just going to mute myself again and Jen, and see what you can hear, folks. So that was it's not a sort of audio, but this was something an event.
That was an experiment. The people talking in the background is myself and Alan, and up in the coffee room, which is away. These are stone stairs where we had placed a lot of toys, a doll, cars. What you heard going down was a plastic ball that lights up on the inside. We had a camcorder on it. We had the REM pod beside it. We had the recorder beside it. And on each step, I photographs of it. And each step, there was toys for boys and for girls, whatever they wanted to play with. So we had the camcorder on it. When we had left a coffee break and went down to that area, the ball was on the ground. And we like, yes, we have it on video. We didn't. I either didn't press the button, or it stopped recording, or it didn't record at all.
I know those things happen, don't they?
I was devastated. Let me tell you, I actually had a lump in my throat. We reset up the whole thing again, and it didn't happen the second time around. But just that, the ball was on the step beside some toys on each step, and it's against the back of the step. It's all stone steps, so it's sitting at the back of it, and everything is in place and secured. So what we're thinking now of was the ball, because there's always children on those stairs playing with the toys, and this ball had just fell down by itself. We don't know. Unfortunately, we don't have it in video. We would have to redo it again to get it, you know, with the REM pod going off. And you can hear it going down. It is just a case of we have to do it again, and we have to have 2 cameras on it, one at the top and one at the bottom, to get that one again. Yeah, again.
It's always, I suppose, as you said there, you always see what you can do next time there. Like, you know, it's great. Yeah. Like, you know, that, you know, but it's something like that. It's, I know we've had team members on our team there. I'm not going to say it's myself there. We forget to press the record button. So we're kind of like, I suppose we've got a compulsive disorder. We ask about 10 times, is it recording? Is it recording?
I was literally, they looked at me and I had a lump in my throat, and I just needed a moment. I needed a moment away, because I was very, very annoyed, and I went down and I set it all up again. Annoyed with myself, and going through my mind, did I press it? Did I not press it? It's not like me not to press it. I'm kind of like, the trail camera's on it, this and that. Oh, Kieran, let me tell you, I was very devastated over it. And we, you know, they were kind of saying, Jen, at least we know we heard it. We know the ball was at the bottom. We know. I know, but I want the footage.
Yeah, it's like I said to you. I think I remember we were talking offline. There, was saying, like, you know, sometimes it wouldn't have happened if you had a video. You know, exactly. You know,
and even when we set up again to do it again, nothing happened, nothing changed. It just said, we're not doing it again. Basically, we're not doing it again.
So we're gonna go. This is the 3rd clip now, so I'm gonna just mute myself again and Jen, and this is the 3rd bit. This is I think it's a voice coming in again as well, so just listening carefully and see what you can make out, folks.
I won't say a thing. You'll hear me, okay? That's it now. I'm not gonna say another word. Something just came through the phone. My phone actually lit up.
I'm just going to play that again there, folks. There, so we're just going to play that again. I'm sorry now if this sounds a bit different there. I'll come to your comments now in a second. I'm just going to play this again. Okay.
I won't say a thing. You'll hear me, okay? That's it now. I'm not going to say another word. Oh, fuck. Did you hear that? Something came through the phone. Something came through the phone. I don't know. Something just came through the phone. My phone actually lit up.
Okay, so Jen, tell me what's supposed to be what's heard there. I know what's kind of heard, but you tell her. You say it.
Okay, so oh gosh, this is not the first time that this had been said. When I was listening to it with rawness from when I downloaded it and doing the work, when I heard it, it was straight away from me what I heard, and this is with the ITC experiment as well. And I'll explain what that was. How we got these was a man. It was in the kitchen area, and a man's telling Alan to F off.
F off.
But the first one was F, and the second one is like when I listen to it, because it's like secondhand here, listening from. It's like secondhand because you know when you download it, it's first hand and then second hand, so it's going to be a little bit lighter.
True,
but when you're hearing it for the first time around, the second off bit is shouting. It's shouting, but if you go onto the SoundCloud, you will hear it shouting. So he's telling Alan to F off.
Folks, if you listen back onto it, SoundCloud, it'd be much more clearer there. As Jen says, if you record something several times like a tape, it loses its quality there. Once you download it several times, like a picture there. Kieran says, "Oh, rude that is."
We're used to it. Just it's mild. It's mild.
Sounds like a male saying no, followed by "fuck off." So
Yes,
it's like Christina. And that's what I heard. All right, I'm getting somebody on the phone there. All right, so that's my phone going off.
That's him. That's him.
I'm afraid to somebody says "fuck off."
I get that said to me without using the phone.
I heard that, but didn't want to say.
Yeah, Brian, yes. That would be nice at 9:30 after the time. Yeah, but that's yes.
So
yes, definitely.
Most ghost route there, Jen.
Oh my God, I've been called a bitch. Like I say, take a ticket and get in line. I've been called a bitch. It's not the first time it's put that as well. But yes, then in a different location, I was called a bitch. Yeah.
I suppose when you're telling spirits to back off and some to come forward, those that are more submissive to come forward there, then those that are commanding are more angry as well.
Oh, this is in the area that's the angry area, yeah.
Bridget Burt from Seekers of the Afterlife says, yes, I heard it. And Christine Keane says, didn't think they used that word in that day.
I said that before, and I said it to one of the team members. I'm like, this has come back 2 or 3 years ago, and I said, did they actually say fuck back in the day? Did they really say it? So Christine, yeah, I understand. Did they say that back in the day?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Well, they do, because I've seen it on other TV programs like Gladiator. So it's me. I'm only joking. Downtown Abbey. I'm only messing now. Middleton, whatever it was. I don't know. Kieran says, "I'm sorry to hear this." There. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know it's. I suppose with language, people cursing now, but I suppose language is another thing there. I suppose you might hear words on audio recordings that you wouldn't associate with being said today as well. Would that be true, Jen?
Sorry, say that again.
Would there be words coming in on the audio recordings that you probably, or language, or different, like people speaking in different tongue, that might be different compared to what?
Oh, it's the same. Okay. I found even when I've done up Shane's Castle up in County Antrim, and I'd done there for about 6 years, we were told to F off as well, and called bitch. That's the most common 2 words that's been said to me. Go figure. But those are 2 more. And one of the team members was threatened to, like, I will kill you, because they didn't like him. But that was in a different location. That was very mixed in the Antrim.
Because I was going to ask you, because like I know this for a fact, because my wife, her name is Jenny as well. And if you're calling yourself Jenny back 500 years ago, you would have been associated with witchcraft. Jenny was associated with witchcraft. Janet, Jenny was a similar. That's where Jenny Janet.
Oh wow, I like that.
So with Janet, Jenny, you were.
I've actually associated the name Jenny with a female donkey.
That's a difference.
It is a female donkey,
Adrian made a good comment. Wouldn't they pick up our modern language though, as well? Because we're going to go on to the next topic in a minute, ITC, and an experiment Jen was doing as well. And I suppose that coincides with what you just asked there, Adrian, how spirits' consciousness develops with ours as they go through time, distance. Maybe it's not spirit then.
Another spirit, yeah.
And Pamela says, and some of the spirits might be modern spirits, so are more modern type items at the museum as well. That's a good point there as well, Pamela. So what we're going to do, folks, we're going to go to the ITC, talk about that topic in a minute. But first of all, I want the first person to get ready, get your keyboards ready or your fingers on the phone ready, because I'm going to ask you to type this word. The first person to type this word will be in a chance to go into a draw for Halloween for some special prizes. So I want you to type, the first person to type audio clip, AUDIOCLIP. first person to type down audio clip, and you have a chance to go into a draw. So it could be about 10 minutes here. And Christine has come up. Christine's the first one up. Well done, Christine. You're fast on the fingers. And Christine is up. So stay tuned, Christine. You have to watch the rest of the show, unfortunately. We could be here for the next 3 hours. So yeah, just stay tuned, Christine, and I'll come back to you there and ask you about the 6 locations to pick from. So we're talking about ITC experiments. First of all, I'm just going to tell you how you can contact us. You can leave a question on this post as well. Also, you can go to our website, www.GhostÉire.net, go to the contact page, fill in the blanks. If you have a private message, just put in brackets private message. Also, if you're affiliated with any paranormal team or tourist attraction, feel free to name the team, put it in brackets, and we give a shout out to you. Also, people following this page will probably go onto your page as well, so it's good to connect in with that way as well. I know a few people came up. Sorry, Kieran. Azov clubs, close.
Really fast.
Audio crisps. I don't know if you're joking, okay? I'm sorry if you're not. Auto clip. I know maybe I didn't spell it out properly.
He's typing there first. He's really typing fast. You know, he's like really getting into it.
And Bridget got
I think you should let Kieran as well for the effort of typing really fast and trying to get it.
So funny. Anyway, so yeah, so ITC experiments. Tell me, you did an experiment recently at the Millmount there, Jen.
Yes, I did, and I have to say it was actually, I heard about it before, and then it was kind of on the moment spur thing to say, right, let's try this out, and it was using the mobile phones. And I got Alan to call my phone, and I had it put on a speaker. So I left my phone in the kitchen area with the recorder, obviously well apart from each other. And then we went upstairs and we were having a coffee away, completely 2 flights up and hallway down, completely away from that area where we left my phone on speaker and my recorder. So we went for coffee, and there's Alan. Alan,
hey,
saying hi.
How you doing? How you doing? Somebody's swearing at you again, Alan.
Alan, we played the audio where we're talking about the ITC now when we did the experiment with the phone. So we went into the coffee room, and Alan had his phone on speaker as well. So we could ask questions through the phone to the kitchen area where we had left my phone. So instead of being there, we want the ones that you heard of, the audio that you played, apart from the boat going down the steps, the audio that you played was through the phone. So it wasn't on audio, it wasn't an EVP, it was through the phone. So we wanted responses, and we want them to talk to us through the phone, and it did. It really did. There was one piece of audio, myself and Alan heard it, and it was very clearly saying, Jenny, because myself and Alan looked at each other to say, this is when we did a playback. Can we find it now? No, we can't. It's not on the recorder anymore. It happens. But so when Alan was sitting there holding his phone, and his phone lit up, so that man that said, Alan, fuck off, and he was shouting, and that's when you heard Alan saying, fuck's sake, did you hear that?
Yeah. Guys,
did you hear that? And it's like, so, because Alan said, right, I'm not going to ask any more questions, I'm going to leave you alone. And that's when he was told to F off.
And like I just put out ITC, if you don't know what it is, folks, it's instrumental transcommunication. So it can be do with phones, radios, tablets, because that's what it says now. Is that's what the experiment involves, is modern technology now, televisions, all sorts of equipment then as well. Well, appliances that for communication mainly for. Not that you want to talk through a kettle. So go ahead, Jen.
Put the kettle on for me. When we were sitting there and listening, and we were just having a coffee, so we all kind of like, said, no one talk, no one ask questions, but you can hear footsteps in the kitchen area through the phone, and everyone's kind of like, we're holding our breath.
Mm.
You know, that just walking in the kitchen, because it's through the phone. And we said, come to the phone, talk to us through the phone. And it did a few times. Some of the audio, some of the recordings I sent on. When I asked the question saying, we heard a child cry earlier in the night, I sent it on to you as well. You can put them up or whatever. We heard a child cry. And so I said, we heard a child crying. Is there anything you would like us to do for you? Can we help you in any way? And then something's coming in and say, and it was a different voice. It wasn't a child. And I said, no. It was like a male voice or a female. I think it was more of a male voice, but you can't tell of the distortion. But it's a clear, like, no, as if the parent is there and they didn't want any help. But it's not on my recorder as an EVP. It's through the phone.
Okay, yeah.
Through the phone. It's sometimes it's hard to. When we were there, we can hear it on the phone. It's a new experiment that we're trying. So, was it an EVP? And this is when I said, well, you had to go through your work again. You have to go through it again just to check. Now I'm going through my head, and now I'm sitting here. Right, I know what I'm doing after this. So more work. But the male talking, it was residual. The first one, the one telling Alan to F off, would be intelligent because he's getting fed up with Alan at the time. There's a lot more to it, but it really, 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 there's so much of the recordings there from that experiment that I would suggest everyone and anyone to do it if they wished. But we will definitely be doing it again.
As we said, like, so do you think, as like Adrian put it, I think just a question before, and do you think these spirits are able to keep up well with the times? They're able to keep up with whatever stuff we're doing, technology?
I would say yes. If they can use any piece of equipment that we would enable them to communicate with us. And like I said before about the REM pod, like they wouldn't know anything about the REM pod, you know. So we'd say, come to us, you know, here's the aerial, you know, and we show an example of what to do. You know, if you want us to go away, if you want us to leave you alone, just press it once, we will respect you and we'll leave. So if they're going to say, right, this makes them go away, I'm going to touch it, we're going to set it off. We have to debunk everything. There's no phones there. It's not beside any electricity sources and whatever. We have to have a raw, naked reply. And we do put it into places that we know is very active. What areas of that building is very active? So I would say yes. My dog is snoring. Hoppy, wake up. Sorry, Louise is saying the dog is funny in the background. Yes.
I know. So I just come to a few questions because I'm going to ask you another question there now in a minute. Alan says, was a crazy night there. Alan works at the Museum.
Chairman of Millmount, yeah. We've worked together every time we do Millmount, we always work together. I love working with Alan because he thinks the same way as me. He thinks the same way as me. He works the same way as me. He's brilliant with the audio. And we work good together, actually. We work great together. So, yeah.
And it's blessed to have a person like Alan there, and, you know, that's there, and, you know, you can relax, you know, because there's some places you go to there and you've only got 2 hours, like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
So
this one is brilliant.
You know, to you, Alan. You're a legend.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
Louise, so as the dog is funny in the background, he really is having a good sleep.
She's a Chihuahua, so she's a mini pig. She's white and long-haired, and she looks like a big, fluffy marshmallow.
Sean says, back again, lost connection there. Maybe it goes probably there.
Right.
Sean, you just never know. As we're going to talk about, and that could be the internet, you know, you never know, Sean. Now, the Ouija board associated with negative energy. So appliances like phones, can they get attachments? Because there's enough negative stuff coming through phones, like trolls, people like sending naughty messages and all that. Can phones be just as negative as a Ouija board?
I used the phone for the first time that night. And I was joking with Alan saying, I'm going to have to sage this phone. I'm afraid to take my phone back home with me. Is anything in it? Now, jokingly, it has malfunctioned. It did really, though. It did malfunction. But, you know, that's just my phone. Can I pick up negative? I would say yes. Personally, I would say yes. Have we experienced it? Just someone telling Alan to F off. They did go right up to the phone and say to my phone, and that's what I said to Alan. I'm afraid to take my phone back home with me. And I sent him down to the kitchen after about an hour to get my phone for me because I wasn't going down to get it myself. I am that investigator that I'll always have someone with me. Yeah.
And I suppose like with people like, I suppose with like people would think like what we couldn't transport, if spirits are conscious and knowing how we get to a location, we must know how we get there by.
They actually, yeah.
Also, that could be a demon associated with being a demon or something like that, you know. So
that's something like we're at a different location, and we kind of do an experiment with the spirit box and whatnot. And one of the other team asked, you know, where am I from? And it said Drogheda. So we knew how far. And then some of the spirits in this particular location wouldn't come forward because I apparently had an attachment with me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Bridget from Seekers of the Afterlife says, I'm going to try that. Cool.
Perfect. Bridget, let us know how you got on. I would love to hear it. I have to say, it was a brilliant experiment. I hope you bloody get on great with it, because let us know. I'm excited for you to try it out.
And Regine Maria Grossa says, hi, John. Thanks for sending me the link. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm sorry now for wasting your time, Reggie. Or John is wasting your time. Adrian says, do you worry about bad spirits following you home?
I do, but I've been to so many places with so many negative energies in it, and I actually thought I did take something home with me before, not from Millmount, but from a different location. I have to stop my dog coming in when I'm doing lives. I'm sorry. It is not me. It is not me. I will show you hope. I thought I took something negative home with me because I was kind of touched when I was in bed. That sounds really bad, but I was touched when I was in bed, and I thought it was my big dog that wanted to jump up in the bed. So I kind of tapped the bed for allowing him, my colleague, to jump on the bed. And I turned around and there was nobody there. So I kind of just put the duvet underneath my back, and just said in my head, you need to go, you need to go. So do I worry about it? Kind of no. Not overly worried about it. I mentally kind of wished him to stay in the location.
Because that's a good question. Like, because you have your show yourself, and was watching the other night was Steve was on your show from Edinburgh there, apparently Steve Bailey, I think his name was, and Jenny hosts Shadow Whispers in the Night, folks. Watch it, especially this weekend because I'm on it. But we're talking about negative energy, and I suppose could you get too much positive energy as well? You know, going into a location.
Yeah.
And
when
you know,
giddy and so on, and then you have to kind of, you get hyper and giddy. Is it too much? Like we were talking about on Friday night.
True, yeah.
Positivity, you know.
Yeah, is it too much positive energy? I need that. So we did a poll, folks. We're going to reveal the results of the poll. You can carry on with your comments there, folks. So here are the results of the poll. During the week, we asked you, do you think curses work? And here's the results. Do you think curses work? 66.7 of you said yep, and I hope it doesn't happen to me. 16.7 of you say they may or may not. I'll just tiptoe out of here. And 16.7 also said nah, of course they don't.
Oh, very good.
So yeah, we're talking about curses. So do you believe in curses, Jen?
I do.
Yeah,
I have to say I do. I had a bit of a falling out many years ago with somebody who does all of that, and I literally had a string of things, just things that you wouldn't expect to happen happened. My glass cabinet smashed when one of my crystals fell on top of it, but it skipped the top shelf and went to the bottom shelf. Yeah, they were both the same width. How it kind of like curved around to it was just silly, freaky things that happened. I do believe in it. Yeah. I
suppose people call it, otherwise known as hexes or jinxes there, like, but you know, it's referred to in Romeo, Juliet, Macbeth, also even Shrek curses there. And people would associate curses. Then they would probably the most well-known ones are Tutankhamun, and people did. Ancient Egyptians did write inscriptions with curses on them, which is interesting.
Yeah,
didn't know that. And James Dean, obviously, there with the car called Little Bastard. Alec McGuinness warned him not to be in the car. But yeah, so that's curses, folks. Yeah. So 66 of you have all had a positive result from me doing one to you. Okay, I'm only joking. No, it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. I'm only joking. It's only joking. Christine Keane says, I've had a negative energy in my house one night. It felt something set on my bed. The room smelled like rotten meat. I wouldn't look, but said a Hail Mary and it left. But the smell lingered for a while. I was scared. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that now, Christine, there. I suppose there's other ways there, probably off air there, that would probably come back to you there if you're still having that trouble there. As Jen said, it's always positive thoughts, but it is the main way of positive thinking usually gets around the situation there. Alan Gary says, phone experiment was such a great thing. I think having objects like toys, if you know kids' spirits are in building work. Got the ball moving. Jen on camcorder in hall, you saw it. Need to get it to Jen so she can put her on her page. Yeah,
what we have is about 2 years ago, Alan had his camcorder up on the main landing, and it's one of the ones with the cassette tape is in it. So myself and Alan had left the building, locked it up. There was only myself and Alan in the building that night. We left about 9 o'clock. We left about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We went off and got some food. So we left everything running and locked up, and the camcorder standing in the hallway that we know is active. When we came back to my house after the investigation that night, we looked through it, and I actually have it sent away to be put onto a USB. This is like 2 years ago, so I finally did it like yesterday. But it's the camcorder, and you know the long handle where you control it. It's kind of going, you can see it. It's kind of pointing up, pointing down, pointing up, pointing down, going left and right, and there's a male breath beside it, and it's kind of been, you can hear it, the camcorder being touched as if trying to figure out what it is. I do have that. It's been sent away to be put onto a CD and USB. So once I have that, I can finally put it up on the page. So you can hear it out in the building.
I'm going to ask 2 personal questions there. How much have you spent? You don't have to answer. You could say no comment. How much have you spent on audio equipment?
Including video.
Yeah, yeah. Go on. So yeah. One of
the body cam cost me $250, but it's an amazing piece of equipment. It is one of the best. You know, police, bodyguards, doormen, ambulance men use it. It is flawless. I'm obsessed with it. In the recorders, I would say about maybe about 300, 400.
Okay, yeah.
Something like that.
Because I'm going to ask you there, because you're on about CDs and backing stuff. Sound like I'm from Liverpool. Backing stuff up, backing like stuff up with CDs and memory sticks and all that. It's a costly.
Yeah, so audio is my thing. Audio is like, I think that's mostly why I do it. I love the audio work.
Christine says, I'm not sure about curses. I suppose horses for curses. I don't know there, Christine. Are you joking? Bridget says, we'll let you know. We're heading outside. I think you're going to Redwood Castle. I even know where you're going. I'm so psychic there, Bridget.
Oh, I was there before. It's brilliant. Yeah, I hope it works out. It'd be great.
I'll be there. I'm only joking, Bridget. I just seen a post from Slaney Paranormal and Shawnee. Sean Manick says, is hex and curse the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, and jinx as well there.
Yeah.
It's a negative incarnation towards someone there. Have you ever used the rods or the pendulum?
I haven't used it personally, but people who have came out with me have used it. The rods, I don't know much about them, and I don't know much about the pendulum. I kind of have my opinions on them. if you hold them, and you know, you'd have to, even if you rest your arm on the table, at some force you're going to have a vibration from your hands, your fingers, the nerves, the pulsing. Is it moving it? I'm not sure about it. I haven't used it, but I have people with me that came out with me would use it. But for me personally, on my own equipment, I don't have them. I am interested in the rods though.
So David says, one night in my kitchen, I smelt a horrible smell, disgusting. I turn around and see what can I only call a ghost coming towards me. Well, I ran to my sitting room, startled. I turned on the light, and the spirit had left a little cat shit. To this day, I can't explain what happened that night.
Was it the spirit left? The spirit had left. The spirit had left a little cat shit. Cat.
Okay. I hope I read that nice and horror.
Yeah, I hope I did it right.
Christine says, I've always been woken up with something laughing in my ear and my bedroom door being knocked during the night when I've been the only person in the house. But I used to sage in the house and I've had nothing for 6 months. Oh, that's good, Christine. So, yeah, sage is another way. I think Catherine was talking about that the other night on your show there, wasn't you, Jen, there?
Yes, yeah.
I think it only works for a certain amount of time and then you'd have to use it again there. I suppose sage is a sort of smell. I suppose like I was talking before about sweet smells, how male spirits are attracted to sweet smells and female spirits are attracted to moist smells. Must smells, not musty smells, I suppose. moist. Sorry, but
I'm sitting here looking at you seriously, and I'm like, please tell me he's being serious. Are you serious?
But that's it. Is that we are like that's why men. You know, that's why women put on perfume because they love that. Men love that smell there. But I suppose with sage it would clear any men out of the room. I suppose anyway, any male spirits. But if it works for you then as well, Christine, that's good. Kieran Joseph says, I woke up being touched, very frightening. Alan, I think it happens to everyone there. When Alan says, when Jen arrives at the museum, it takes half an hour to get her equipment in, so much gear.
You'd hear me before you see me coming, so I've learned how to condense down what I'm going to use in the night and don't take everything with me. So I've learned to condense.
David says, last time I share anything on the stream. I'm sorry now, David. There, I must read that back again. I'm sorry now if I'm taking the.
Yeah, it was with the cat.
Yeah.
So we have to.
Yeah.
Let me go back up to the night.
Yeah, one night you could try as well. Yeah. Sorry now, David. There, I don't know if you joke with me or mind better me. I'm sorry now, anyway, because things happen for some reasons. I call it fate, call it karma, call it like as Dr. Pete Bateman says in Ghostbusters. Alan Gary says it's like she's going on a holiday.
I am. I am.
Okay. Okay, so Christine, I gave you the opportunity now. This is your chance now. 6 places to pick from. You got the battleground, castle, road, flying saucer, island, and cave. Just type down one of those places there, and coming in the end of the show, then we reveal. Can you hear dog? Yeah, Kieran, that's Jenny's dog there.
I have 5 dogs.
5 dogs. How many cats do you have?
5.
5, so 10 altogether. Wow.
10.
So, Christine, if you're still there, just type down either battleground, castle, road, flying saucer, island, or cave. Jen, which one would you go for?
I would go for cave.
Cave. So I'll put Jenny down for cave. Cave, because you're already in the mini draw, but you've got another chance there.
Yeah.
Bridget Burke says, yes, we going to Redwood Castle. Good luck there, Bridget. It's great everyone's going back out again because now we've got something to talk about now. Kieran says, are there ghosts? I'll put that question to you.
Are there ghosts? I know there's so many names for them: ghosts, spirits, poltergeist, and all of that. I would say, for me personally speaking, my own, I would say yes. Yes, you know, a lot has happened for me and by gosh, I'm the a pain in the arse debunker, which is not a bad thing. But I have seen, heard, felt. I would, on my own terms, I would say yes.
I suppose it depends. I suppose what depends on a ghost. I suppose in the dictionary, a ghost is apparently an image or an apparition that appears there. Some people would say ghosts would be a mental state of consciousness. I suppose, like yourself with the EVPs there. I suppose it comes in that way then as well. You know, what is a ghost there? You know, how does it affect us? Do we see them? Do we hear them? Or do we, other senses, do they affect other senses, or the environment around as well, temperatures, etc. Alan says, okay, guys, great show. I have to go. Alarm going off the museum. Madder, Jen, see and investigate soon. So
aye, definitely. The alarm is goes off. Yeah, he loves when the alarm went off in the museum about 2 a.m. The guards were there first and had to ring Alan. He's the key holder, and was asking, was there somebody in the building? And Alan was saying, no, there's nobody in the building. Can ghosts be animal? Yes. Yeah.
We'll come to that subject now, because we're going to talk about the last subject there, and it's about the dog whistle experiment. Yeah. So can you tell us a bit about this experiment there, Jen?
Yeah. It came from friends of mine in New York and Indiana, Jeremy York and John Griffin, and they experimented with the dog whistle, being that we cannot hear the dog whistle because of the decibels are so high that dogs will hear things before us. Hobie, dogs will hear things before us. Like, I mean, this even when I'm sitting here in my room and my dogs are with me, and everything's quiet, and they will start barking at my bedroom door to tell me that my Chinese has arrived, and he hasn't even rang the doorbell. He hasn't even gotten out of his car, but they will know someone's here at, say, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock delivering food or whatever. And even if I arrive coming home from town, they go off crazy. And I don't say anything. They haven't heard me. Well, they have heard me, but I never make my presence known. They just hear me. So I'm coming up the driveway by 5 in the morning, and everyone's away from the house, and they will hear me. Excuse me. But the dog whistle we've used in a different location, and we've also used it in Millmount. Some people agree with us, some people don't. When we use dog whistles is to train them. For sheepdog, if they're a distance away, there's certain ways of blowing it that you can get their attention. Excuse me. And so we've used it on location.
Okay.
I've used it down the country, and I've used it in Millmount. It has worked, or it's just the spurs, if I can say that, in the building. I know it's worked with a team in Indiana, and they kind of had a negative experience from it. And I know people who don't like to use it because it is a dog whistle.
Yeah.
But it's just experiment about we cannot hear, but we can ask them, if you hear this sound, knock on something. Move something if you can hear the sound, or say a particular word. And, it's just to say, let me know if you can hear it. It has worked. It's still something we're still using, we're still experimenting on, but there's a load of different experiments that we're trying.
As you said, the negative energy, I suppose, coming forward there, I was going to just probably, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, though. I was going to ask, is the ultrasound making it disrespectful? Like, kind of, is it forcing spirits to communicate? Do you feel that kind of way?
Say disrespectful. I would say disrespectful. But in another way as well, it's also experimenting with signs. Can they hear you? We're experimenting with sound. Hearing, Hobie, hearing, travel.
Yeah.
We have to experiment to know, to document it, to learn ourselves and try and move forward. We do apologize. We do ask permission. Can we use this dog whistle? Would you allow us to experiment? We did get a no one time in a different location. We got a no. We're not allowed to use it. I have also done an overseas experiment with it, where I had John and Robin on the phone on video, and I'm in a different location down in the south, in the Athenaeum Museum. So we all 3 of us did it at the same time, and you have to go 90 degrees and turn around 3 times to literally get the sound around the building, not just one particular area, but do the sound, blow the whistle, and turn in circle 3 times to get the whole thing around. It did work in the Athenaeum, and when John was talking, the piece of audio that I got was an intelligent piece of audio of a man saying phenomenon. John was talking about overseas travel, because we talk about when we're doing investigations, like in Wilson Castle, what they investigated, I would be on video with Catherine, and I'll call out in Irish because there was Irish servants in Wilson Castle. So it did work for us, and the person I was when John was talking about, you know, the sound, travel sounds, electricity, water, and so on, and my piece of recorder on my audio, I got a man saying phenomenon, like he's loving what we're doing. So can I say it was 100%? I don't know. We were asked not to do it when we asked for permission, and a man said no.
Yeah. So I suppose, as you were saying, it's an exploration. We were trying to find out there, and I suppose, do you think these spirits, like their hearing is inferior or superior to ours? As in, can they only communicate through, or are they just? Do you feel it's just because they're getting a bit peed off because the sound is hitting them?
I would say we're using the dog whistle and they can hear it more and we're getting their attention. I would say maybe a little bit more inferior. Mm-hmm. We don't know 100% yet. We're still. I help along experiment with the research with John and Robin and Katie from UNI Research in New York. So we fill out data sheets on every location we go to, temperature, building, and everything. John and the team are still working on it. Research, as in, does it add up? Is it working? Is it not working? And if it doesn't work, we don't do it again. If it works, well, then we'll use in different locations and so on. So it's still something in product of research. Yeah. Research on it.
And it's good, like, to try it and then bring it in again, or it might work at different places, it might not at others. Just a few more questions there as well. Sean says, my 2 pet goldfish, Tango and Cash, died last week. I hope they come back to me. Sorry about that now, Sean. I love goldfish as well. I remember when they do, it is in the back of the head. I know people might think some people might say they're an inferior being, but when I lost my goldfish there, like, you know, you're so used to them after a few years, they do, you know, you do get used to looking at them, and they kind of, as well, they're relaxing to look at, and they're part of you, and they relax you when you look at them there as well. And, you know, it was in the back of my head. I felt, oh God, I don't know. I was a bit. I was mad. Yeah. I was sad because, you know, you've lost something to look at there. You know that. Yeah.
A friend of mine had a goldfish for 21 years. She got it when her son was a child, and 21, and he passed away. Oh, they live amazing lives for years.
Siobhan, hi Siobhan, how you doing?
Hi Siobhan.
Kieran says I can't hear anything. Okay. Hopefully you can hear us now again, Kieran. Mel Jubb says, I believe. Hi, Mel. How you doing? Kieran says, are you still there? I hope I'm still there. I can hear a dog. Oh, that's fine then. I suppose it's the dog there. Christine says, to be fair, I don't mind which location it is. I'm just excited. Okay. It's a faint woof.
My boys are outside.
That's Jenny's dogs in the background, most probably. Adrian says, so interesting. I'd love to believe in the paranormal, but all my experiences can be rationalized otherwise. But it's comforting to believe our families and pets are still with us. That's true there, Adrian. You know, I suppose with all the technology we have, we should have a lot more. But is it, as it's saying, what is a ghost? Is it apparition? Is it conscious? Is it something that we can just connect him through audio or through sensors or the environment? It's hard to know there, like, but it's given that option anyway. But as we were saying there, I don't know if you've seen it. There's a sponsored link I have up on the Facebook there. There's a few weird comments coming in there. Do you believe in the paranormal? Well, the paranormal is a broad subject, the occult, magic, extraterrestrial. I believe in a good bit of that there. So it's a good subject to believe in there.
Yeah.
But, you know, other types like ghosts, it's something we have to look into more there.
Yeah.
That's why, if we didn't find out, I suppose if we found out like tomorrow, I'd be pissed off.
I know. What else would we be doing?
I know, I'd be pissed off if we knew tomorrow. Sean says, I had them 2 months. I think some slowly got in the well and the water went bad. I loved them. Thank you. No worries, Sean. Kieran says, sorry for your loss. Just go, probably just one more question there. So we were talking about animals there, I suppose. Do you feel it can pick up animal spirits as well? I suppose might have just said it there, such as dogs and cats.
Yes, I do. I really do. Yeah. I do. Obviously being an animal lover, you know, I work in rescue as well, 10 animals. I do believe in it. Yeah, I do. My gosh, and I went to a medium. I'm very hard to believe medium sometimes, but I went to an amazing medium 8 years ago. She was so good. I was actually scared to see her again, and I went to see her last summer. Or the summer, last summer, and she was telling me my dog who was passed away, that he said that I made the right decision because he was attacked by one of my foster dogs, and he passed away. He was an old little Yorkie. She's saying that he said, you know, you made the right decision to let him go. He is cremated downstairs in my shelf in my sitting room, but yeah, I do believe in an animal ghost. We have heard dogs barking on locations, and Millmount being one of them, and we've heard horses. I'm got hair in my mouth, like talking about animals, and I've got a hair in my mouth. Yeah, we've heard horses and dogs barking. Yeah, and I have been with animals for more years than I want to say what my age is, and even when we heard a dog on location, I could tell you what breed it is. I could say, yeah.
Oh wow! So you could tell.
Yeah, I could say what breed it is.
Oh wow, yeah. That's amazing there. Yeah, there's I suppose the animals associated, especially dogs there. I suppose it was after the Second World War, the Cold War there, or it might have been just during the Second World War. But there was loads of experiments done with dogs with ESP there, and I think it was rabbits as well there, you know. But animals, I suppose there's a lot to learn off animals. We don't necessarily know much about ourselves either there, but animals is a different subject there. So yeah, we're coming to the end of the show. God, time has flown there, and I
just want to answer Kieran's question. What did the horse say?
What did the horse say? I don't know.
I hope that. What did the horse say?
I don't know, Kieran. We'll have to ask Jen. Maybe that's for another show. I'll ask Jen there Friday night.
Yeah, I'll ask you that. I think he said nay, but you can hear the hoofs. You can hear the hoofs. Okay. Because where we were, there was horse stables, and you could find a long face. You could hear the horse, the hoofs, the click clock. You could hear it in two different locations where there was horses.
Yeah, I suppose horses are a big phenomenon years ago there. To mean it's a big. I suppose I don't know. That'd be a good poll to do. Is actually which is the most common animal people see it as an apparition. Yeah. You know, horses, cats, dogs. Interesting there. So it's the end of the show there, folks. I'm just going to go through the quiz there. So we had Jenny pick the cave, and we also Christine picked the cave as well. So let's see how you get on there. Two of you went for the same spot. You might be both lucky. Let's see.
Yay.
And the choice of the battleground, Castle Road, Flying Saucer, Iron, and a cave. No luck for the battleground, Castle, or Iron. Well done, Jenny, Christine. You've got the cave. You're in the mini draw. You're in twice now. You've got the twice there, Jenny. And the Flying Saucer was for the Halloween mega draw. So well done, Christine. Jen, you're in it twice now. So
yeah, well, that's perfect.
And you're in there as well, Christine, as well, coming up towards Halloween. Well, we'll reveal we'll show the prizes there. So just one last thing. Tell us there, Jenny, how can people reach you there, and what have you got coming up?
Oh, I have my Facebook page is Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers. If you just request that, I will add you in. And then just my normal page, which you don't want that, but it's Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers.
And also, you co-host the Parachat show, Shadow
Whispers in the Night. Shadow Whispers in the Night. I hosted Gary. Oh, I had to say Gary's name 3 times. Gary. I had to drop his name 3 times. It's Gary. So now I'm dropping it 3 times. Gary. Shadow Whispers in the Night. We're on every Friday night from 8 o'clock. Some nights when we're not on, I will put it up. But we have 2 amazing guests on this Friday night. We have Steve Parsons, and we have Anthony, him beside me. Anthony Kerrigan from GhostÉire is on with us Friday night.
Because there'll be a lot of shit talking on this Friday night there.
I can't wait. With the
and the other ones myself. Don't tell Steve that.
I cannot wait.
I'm only joking there. Just a few more shout outs. Great show. Thanks again. And thanks again, everyone, for commenting as well, and for Jenny and all the guests, and for all of you that participate. Won't be a show if you don't participate as well. And thank you to everyone that's commented tonight there. Just give a few more shouts out as well. David says, I'm massively impressed with the production, Anthony. Well done. Oh, thank you, Dave. Thank you for that. Congrats, Christine. Well done, Christine. Adrian. Andy says, loved it, guys. Thank you. No problem, Adrian. Tune in again. Kieran Joseph says, I think that's a clap, guitar, and a thumbs up. Thank you there, Kieran. Irene from California. Thanks, guys. Good show. Thank you. Love to Ray there. Love to everyone in California. Michael Driscoll says, I'm there. Soundos. And Kieran says, and I can't wait to join again. You're amazing. Stay spooky. Mel Drup says, enjoyed that, guys. Thank you. Christine says, I'm delighted. Thank you so much. But I don't mind really, because I've always wanted to do this. No worries, Christine there. This is the time, I suppose, if anyone's watching this now, like that's interested in going and joining the paranormal team, now is probably the chance to do so. Look out places in your area. Contact Jenny, contact myself.
I'm looking for more people. I'm looking for more people to join the team. Okay,
yeah. So if you're in anywhere in the Louth or County Louth?
I'm in Louth, but anywhere. I'm in Louth, so whether north, south, we'll talk. If anybody wanted to join, we'll talk, and locations will always be done a month ahead of time, so dates can be given to see if they can make it. But if anybody wanted to join, just join the Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers, and we'll talk if you wanted to sign up.
Yeah, so if you just see the link, if you as Emerald Isle Paranormal Researcher, if you don't see it, just see on the links on the GhostÉire page just further down, and you'll see just put down Emerald Isle Paranormal on the search engine, and you should find it.
I'll just request the page, and then I'll kind of take it in.
And Sean Manick says Castle Freak West.
That's Cork. Yeah, all perfect. Yeah, because we travel everywhere.
Jenny, Christine says, Jenny, I'd be interested.
Lovely. Christine, that'd be great. If you PM me or contact me, if you PM me or join the page, and we'll talk. That'd be great.
Definitely. So I'm just going to show you something there, folks, what's coming up now as well, folks. It's Happy Solstice as well, because we're not on next week there, so that's solstice there is it's coming up soon as well. I forget now, it's going to be getting dark. But in 2 weeks' time, we are going to do an investigation at the bell tower, and you can be our eyes, ears, and other sensors as we go live with night vision cameras and locked off cameras at a location. Now, this is only going to be viewed through our website, www.ghostére.net. It won't be on Facebook or YouTube, only be recorded afterwards on those pages. So yes, that'll be Tuesday, the 22nd of June at 9 p.m. We're hoping to go live. Also, in the next person coming up on the show on the GhostÉire channel also is Larry Arnold, and he's from Parascience International, and he's going to be talking about spontaneous human combustion, precognition, So I already knew he was going to be talking about precognition there, so I knew he was going to be coming. Side to that, and the Bermuda Triangle. So hopefully we'll get lost. It's there, like. So,
awesome! That's so cool. I like that.
So thank you, Jenny. Thank you to everyone that participated. And the last few comments there. Irene says, "When I'm in Ireland, that would be awesome." Yeah. Come on, Drogheda is a good place there, Eileen, as well. Millmount Museum. You should try Trim Castle in County Meath. God, yeah.
Yes, we're working on that one as well, Christine. We're working on that location as well because we have Leap Castle on the 28th of August. That's come up next. Millmount will be before that. Hopey. Millmount will be before that. There's a fabulous place out here as well called Mellifont Abbey. I love the location. It's an open abbey. It's beautiful, built by the French. And then we have Leap Castle on the 28th of August. And then we're working on Shawnee for the Athenaeum and so on. So we're kind of getting them all in.
Yeah, so everyone's exploring there again. And Brian McMahon says, great show, guys, from Belfast Panel Investigations. Thank you, Brian, there. I'm just down the road from me there. Okay, yeah, so just message Jenny there as well there, and I think that's about it, folks. Happy solstice. Thank you, Jen. Thank you everyone that participated.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm just delighted. It was great. I love anything audio wise. ITC, which I'm not going to pronounce the long word, we're just going to say ITC. Hope said say thanks as well. She's on the floor snoring away still, and my dog's in the back garden. I will see you Friday night.
Okay, I'll see you Friday night, sis. So I won't see you next time. I'll see you in a near distance. Bye bye for now. I wish.